Let me know once you're able to see my screen. Fine. So there is one more concept in joins which is called self join. Okay. So this self join basically joining the table, joining with the same table again. Okay. In which scenario that we are going to do it? Yeah, before that, I just wanted to know, I'll just give a simple example. Okay. So I just, can you please let me know how many records will come? Okay. Let's say I have a table A and table B. Okay. Here I have column 1. Here also I have column 1. Okay. So same columns, only one table, only one column that I have. So when I establish a join between these two tables, let's say I have data like this. Okay. So what is the result of inner join? How many number of records will come as an inner join?
We will get 7.
Now tell me.
Same Bhaskar, 7. Inner joint is like equals to.
Okay. How 7 records will come?
So 1 and 1 is an equal. And again, column 1 and the column 1, the first one is also equal. So, and we'll go for the third one. 1 and again 1 is also equal. So it will also will get populate. Then 2, third one, yes, 35. That 2 and the second 2 will be also equal. Same,
Okay.
that third 2 and the second 2 also will be equal. Next 2 and next 2 and 3 and 3.
Okay. 7 records. Okay. And left out to join others. Others, can someone else tell the count for left out to join? Can someone tell me? Can someone tell me? Left join.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. Nirupa Chandu.
Can I go with that Bhaskar? Or?
Yes.
Okay, the same 7. Left order joint is like both columns will be matched. Same 7 will come. Apart from that, the column without match will be also will come. So 0 will be added into the left side of the table. The right side will become into null.
Okay. 3 plus 3 is 1. 7.
Yes.
plus this additional one.
Left
So
side of the table A, column 01 will be added.
okay, for right outer join,
The same thing, the 7 will be added, and the right side of the table, 7 will be added into that.
okay, then
Oh, full outer join. Asking about full outer join. Match data from both the. It will match
Full
both.
outer join, I think Bhaskar 7 and 7 with 8, 15, I think, right?
full outer join. Sorry, how much?
Means full outer join means it is inner join left and right, both it will cover.
No, I just wanted the number. How many records will come?
It is 15. Not 15.
9 records.
9, 7, 8, 9, yeah. 7, yeah.
First inner join, like for all the matching data, leave about the inner join or left join. Matching data from all both the tables is 7 records. Matching data from 7
yeah.
records. Non-matching data from left hand side table 8th record. Non-matching data from right hand side table 9th record. Matching data from both the tables and non-matching, the left non-matching data from the left side table and the left non-matching data from the right side table. So this is how the joins are going to happen. So the next concept is self join. Okay. Let's say in the same employee table, we have one more column.
Bhaskar, can you come again? What is the join name?
Self join.
Self join. Okay. Thanks, Bhaskar.
Okay. So self join. So the self join, let me add a column called manager ID. Okay. Now, so in the same table, we will be having employee ID and the manager ID of the employee. But this even the manager also employee only, right? And the manager also is an employee. Now the manager ID is that I'm going to keep it. For 1 it is null. For 2 it is 1. 2. Okay, so these are all the managers. So for employee number 2, the manager is 1. For employee number 3, also manager is 1. For employee number 4, the manager is 2. But since we have this, here we have only the manager IDs. Okay, but if we have very lesser number of records, it will be easy for it will be easy to identify, right? What's the manager name? If at all we get a requirement how do you identify the manager name? Do you identify the manager name with manager ID? Now what we should do is we have to do a self join. Select from employee table A left footer join with the same employee table P on A dot employee ID equal to B dot manager ID. Okay, A dot employee ID equal to B dot manager ID. Because B table is having manager ID, so this manager ID that I am joining with employee ID of the same table, that we will call it as self join, because we are joining with the same table. Now A dot employee name is employee A dot employee name, comma B dot employee name is manager name. Okay, so we have the manager ID in the table. We have the manager ID in the table, but we don't have manager name. But if at all we wanted to populate with a manager name to the target table, so in that case, what we should do? We have to establish a join between the same table. So here, close this one. This is manager name and this is the employee name. So for this employee, I'll put also employee ID. Yeah, for this, what is the manager ID is 1. So the manager name as Bhaskar. For employee ID 1 is Bhaskar. So which is coming here, right? So for this employee, so this is the manager ID, and this manager ID is belonging to this employee name.
Bhaskar, sorry, it is got confused for me. Can you please repeat it again once more with me?
So join, let me put it. Yeah. So fine. So here if you see, right, this is the employee table, which is having employee name and the employee ID, employee name and the manager ID. Okay. Now this manager is also again employee only, right?
Yes.
This manager ID is also employee ID only. Sorry, manager is also an employee of the company only. Okay. So now for this employee, for employee ID 2, who is the manager?
1.
1. So here we have 1. What is the name of the employee?
Oh, Bhaskar.
Bhaskar. So for this employee, he is the manager name. But here we have manager ID. But now we wanted to display manager name.
Okay.
For Kishi, who is the manager? Employee ID 1. 1 is Bhaskar. Okay. For employee ID 4, who is the manager? 2.
2.
Who is the employee ID of 2 is Soma, right? Now,
yes.
Here what I'm doing, I'm joining employee table with the same employee table based on employee ID equal to manager ID. Okay, so this employee ID I have, and this manager also is employee ID only. So I'm joining the same column to get, so manager ID 1 equal to employee ID 1. Okay, for that there is a match. This one and this one, there is a match. Okay, for Somo, for this value will be coming as manager name.
Okay. Can you explain the query once, Bhaskar?
So employee ID A dot employee ID equal to B dot manager ID. So what I'm doing, so this manager ID and this employee ID I'm joining. Okay. Now for this one matching ID, what is the name that is coming? Bhaskar. So this is the manager name. Okay. B dot employee name equal to, so employee table B dot employee name equal to sorry, bided employee name as employee name, and from A table whatever is coming, so that we are getting as manager name. Why with A table name is coming as employee name? Sorry, manager name, because this manager ID is joining with the A table ID. This table is joining with this table. Because of that, so this A table value is coming as manager name.
Okay, Bhaskar.
Okay, so similarly for second record, sorry, for third record, employee ID 3, who is the manager? 1. From the
Bhaskar.
name is
One.
Bhaskar. Okay, for fourth employee ID 4, what is the manager ID? 2. So 2, the name of 2 is so. So like this, if at all we get any kind of a requirements, okay, so sometimes we might need to do a self join between these tables. Okay, so in a real time scenario, okay, so this is just an example, but in real time, let's say there is a product table. Let's say there is a product table. So in the product table, every product will be having a subproducts. Okay, and so in our tables, basically subproduct names we are not going to store. Subproduct IDs we are going to store. Okay, and the product ID and subproduct ID is in the product table will be having all the products, but each product will be having a subproducts. Okay, so now the subproduct ID and the product ID we are going to join to get the subproduct name. Similar table. So instead of employee, it will be a product table. So product ID and subproduct ID will be there. So product name will be there. Now to get the subproduct name, what we are going to do? We are going to join the product table with the product table based on subproduct ID equal to employee ID. Sorry, subproduct ID equal to product ID. So that we are going to get subproduct name. But this is a very, very rare scenario, but we will use it. It's not like we won't use it. We will use it.
Okay, so before you have used the left join, now you are using an inner joint. So which we can use? Both
Ideally, we should use inner join only. Okay, because for them only we are going to get the managers. Okay, if you use left join, if you use left join,
get null value.
we are getting null values. Okay, but we see manager names. How come it is coming?
Okay, so if we are using a left join, matches also will come. Without match also will come from the left side. So that's why we are getting a null value.
Null values. So that is the reason. So we should always supposed to use the inner join. So it is going to give. So this is the employee and this is the manager. Correct result that we are going to get.
So, Bhaskar, so this is list number of record. We identify the which inner join we have to use or left outer join use. But in realistic scenario, how I will identify which record, which table we have to put in the left and right? This is very confusing.
In case of self join, it is the same table only.
No, it is self join. I got it, but in the left outer join, in the realistic,
in a general scenario, right? In a general scenario, as I mentioned, we will be getting the requirements in a requirement document. Okay, so when we get the documents in a mapping document, let me show that. What all I have. Okay, so this is one of the source to target mapping sheet. So if you see the source to target mapping sheet, so from which table where the maximum number of columns are coming, that is our driving table. Okay, so first we should take that table and then we will have to join with the other tables.
Again, Bhaskar, maximum number of column.
I'll show. Yes. So if you see this document, so this is how we are going to get a requirement. I hope you know about it, right?
Yeah.
So in an Excel document, we will be getting a requirement. So what is the table and what is the column that we will have to populate to which table and which column. So this is the target table and this is the source table and source column. So this column should map to this column. Sorry, these two values should map to these two table. This table with this column. So now here we'll be getting the transformation logic. Okay, so in the transformation logic, we have to see which is the staging table mostly used. That means the maximum number of columns are coming from which table. So by seeing here, we will understand how many number of columns that we are going to populate. Out of that, how many number of columns are coming from single table, each table. Okay, so major columns are coming from, sorry, whichever the table which is having the major columns are coming. So that we have to take it as a master table. That means the first table. And then we have to do a left join or right join or inner join with the other tables. So here, if you see here, okay, so here they have given a transformation logic. Select store ID from store history based on a.store number equal to, so this store number. Okay, what is this table? This is another table. This is another table. So they are clearly mentioning in the requirement document that, so in order to get the store ID, you have to join with store history table. Okay, so now this is a left join. So this is kind of a lookup table. Okay, so here in order to get store history ID, so this is the logic they have mentioned based on store number, get the store history ID. Now, if you see here, right, both the tables are having the same query, but only column name changes. If you see these two queries, right? So the join condition is same, table name is same, where condition is same, but only columns are different. Now what we should do is in real time, we should not take these two as two separate queries. We have to take it as a single query. If you see this query, so entire query is same, the same condition, same with the same table, with the same join column. Now, when we are going to make this column in real time, what we should do is, so we have to make the query like this. Select store ID, comma, store history ID. So these two columns that we have to populate to the store ID and store history ID. Okay, so like this for every column, we are going to get the transformation logic. Okay, so out of that, we have to do a joins. So now we have to do this table with this table like that. So here, if you see the transformation logic, whether it is a derived column or it is coming directly from the source table. So like this, we will have to see the mapping document and we need to identify. So which are the columns that we will have to derive and which are the columns we will have to populate. So to answer to your question, so which are the columns are direct columns coming from the major tables.
Okay.
So which are the columns are directly coming from the table and that we are populating. So that table we have to take it as a driving table or the first table. From there we have to do joins with the other tables.
Okay. This maximum number column is the main table and other table is the outer.
That main table we should join with the other tables. Any questions? Anyone having any questions?
No.